Today for the AFOQT, we are demystifying the cut scores that determine your entire Air Force officer career path. Understanding these numbers isn't just trivia, it's the first gate you must pass. Let's start with the absolute bedrock requirement for any commission, whether you're aiming for a rated or non-rated career. According to official Air Force instructions, you must achieve a minimum score of 15 on the verbal composite and a minimum of 10 on the quantitative composite. This is not folklore or a recommendation. It is a hard requirement. The most common exam trap here is misunderstanding the word "and." It is not an average. You need to pass both thresholds independently. For example, a candidate with a stellar 95 verbal score but a 9 on the quantitative is disqualified. Full stop. The board will never even see their package. You must clear both hurdles to be considered for commissioning. Now, let's move into the rated career fields, which have additional, more complex requirements. For aspiring pilots, you face a three-part rule. You need a pilot composite score of at least 25, a combat systems officer or CSO score of at least 10, and the sum of your pilot and CSO scores must be at least 50. Think of this as a triple lock system. Let's walk through a classic trap. Imagine an applicant scores a 26 on the pilot composite and a 23 on the CSO composite. They've met both individual minimums. However, their combined score is only 49, which is 1 point below the required sum of 50. This applicant is not qualified. They met 2 of the 3 locks but failed the third, and their application is a no-go. For combat systems officers, the logic is identical, but the numbers are flipped. You must score a minimum of 25 on the CSO composite, a minimum of 10 on the pilot composite, and the combined sum must again be 50 or greater. The same triple lock trap applies. So Air Battle Managers, or ABMs, the requirement is more straightforward. You need a minimum score of 25 on the ABM composite. There is no secondary score requirement and no sum to worry about, making it a single-gate qualification. The single most important concept to internalize from all of this is the difference between qualifying and competitive. The scores we've just discussed are the absolute minimums required to even have your application looked at. They make you eligible, not competitive. Selection boards are looking at candidates with scores significantly higher than these minimums. While the needs of the Air Force fluctuate, competitive pilot candidates are often scoring in the 80s or higher, with competitive CSO and ABM candidates typically in the 70s and above. Meeting the minimum of 25 on the pilot composite will get you in the race, but it likely won't get you to the finish line when you're up against candidates with scores of 80 or 90. To help you remember this crucial distinction, use this phrase: qualify with the floor, compete with the score. The cut scores are the floor. You must be above them to play. But your actual high score is what competes against everyone else's for a coveted slot. Don't just aim for the minimums. Aim to be as competitive as possible across your entire application. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.